What's up, y'all? Y'all know it's your kid, Mechie So Crazy. And we right now on Industry Most Wanted.
Buy one, get one free. All the vibes on me. Buy one, get one free. So baby, come with me.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live. Where are we at?
Industries.
Tell them, Mechie. We are Industries Most
right?
Wanted. The big one, not the little one.
Not the little one.
What's going on, family? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Thank
Blessed
you for
to be
being here
and
today.
I appreciate you for having me.
100%, man. Listen, you out here working, on your grind, making big moves.
Yeah.
A new dad.
I know,
doing
right?
your thizzle, man. Mechie So Crazy in the building.
Yeah. I'm happy to be here right now.
Definitely. And I'm honored to have you here today. But I want to just dive in. You were born in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
You started playing college basketball.
Yeah.
Okay, so what inspired the transition from sports to like music and entertainment?
I wanted to do music my whole life since a kid. You know, just being like in a church atmosphere, walking around the house singing, dancing, and doing that in school. You know, I feel like my passion was basketball.
Yeah.
Because like it was something cool to do, something what the kids all did, and my mom wanted everybody to go to college, so she was like, you know, y'all need to get a scholarship because, you know, it's 5 of y'all and it's just me, so I can't pay for everybody. You know what I mean?
I know that's right. It's expensive.
Yeah, so that was my way into school. And I ended up getting a scholarship for a ride playing basketball, and I won a championship my first year. And when I won a championship, I did a performance, and I only had 5 people there, but performing in front of 5 people felt better than the championship I won.
Really?
Yeah, and I feel like that was a big confirmation moment for me. Like, that's really my love, performing. It's not even about the people. It's just about like me. You know what I mean? It's what I love to do. I love to entertain from all areas. You know what I mean? So when I did that, and I told her like, listen, Mom, I want to sing.
Yeah.
You know, I want to sing that. And she was like, you know, you went to school, you got your associate's degree, you got your stuff, you know, like, well, do what you want to do, you know. You did what I asked, so that was the green light for me. And when she told me that, I was 19, and I just hit the ground going.
When you got mom's blessing, that's a beautiful thing right there. And you knew you had a voice too.
Yeah.
You know, like undeniably you can sing.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. If we took the money and the fame out of the music situation, would you still pursue your music career?
Yes, I would, because it's something that I love to do. And like right now, I mean, I haven't made millions off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm still pushing, you know, so I feel like asking me that 100%, because I've done so much free stuff. You know what I mean?
Listen,
I've done so much free stuff because I just love to do it. You know what I mean? I just love to do it. It just feels good, and it's home.
Yeah.
It's home for me.
I feel like that's all a part of the journey, because in earlier stages and even sometimes in the later stages, we're still going to have to do free stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like when we love something, it's okay, because I'm sure you're a hustler, I'm a hustler. So
Yeah.
it's like, I feel like for example, I get booked to go out and do media sometimes, and I won't charge them, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna meet people there who's gonna break bread with me later. You gotta have the hustle mentality.
Yeah. It's not always about the right now.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes you gotta play for the long haul. So that's in this music industry. It's about who you know.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you can charge somebody that one time and then they never work with you again.
That is facts. It's when my first day in college, I remember in orientation, he said, it's not always about what you know, it's who you know. And I'm like, well, why am I sitting here if it's not about what I know, right? Them relationships will put you in places that oftentimes money cannot.
For sure. I always say that. Like if I'm Jay-Z, right? If I'm Jay-Z and my son, you know, my son wanted to get into music, respectfully, I'm gonna give it to my son before I give it to the person that's been working for 10 years, working so hard, because I want to see my son do great. So just having that relationship there, you just always got that one step ahead, and that's what the music industry is about. It's about who you know. The right person can walk you into any door without money, without followers, without nothing. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a slap in the face too. It's kind of a slap in the face too.
It is.
It is what it is. It's life. It's life. So knowing that, you just gotta make sure you stay a genuine person, humble person, and when you go into rooms, not always go in there with a motive, but try to learn something from it and try to take something from it that you can use for something else.
So how do you stay focused through that? Because it can throw us off our pivot sometimes. Like you said, it's, may not always seem fair. How do you stay focused?
By being that person before, by like going to places and trying to charge early, trying to poke my chest out, and you know what I mean, and then not get you nowhere. You know what I mean? And then when you start to click with people and start to understand, like, oh man, you really a good dude, and then you realize, okay, you being a good dude, they didn't told you they do this, they open these doors, and you would have never known what they didn't tell you, because the way you came off the first time y'all met, they didn't feel like you deserved it. You know what I mean? So I had to learn. I definitely learned the hard way when it comes to that, but I feel like everybody got to learn some way.
Nah, facts. And sometimes we do have to look at the bigger picture, because not all money is good money. There are people that couldn't pay me enough to want to sit down with them because of their a-hole mentality, and their energy is just weird, right? I'm like, no, I'm good on that. But it's like, if I can work with somebody and we can build together, like this, who knows what we can do together when you got that hustler mentality.
Yeah, because the devil blessed too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So you are right.
So, you can have you can have a lot of nice stuff, and it can feel real nice, but it can be from the wrong place, just making it worse and worse and worse, and bigger and bigger and bigger. You know what I mean? So you gotta protect your peace, man.
Man, that is priceless.
Yeah.
Your peace is priceless, and you understand that now. You're a father.
Yeah.
Congratulations, first and foremost.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
What was it like, life-changing, to become a fatherhood?
Man, for me, I feel like this has been one of the hardest years of my life.
Yeah.
Because my daughter, she came early. It wasn't nothing that we planned for. It was nothing that she did or we did to make the baby come early.
Yeah.
It's just like babies inside of your stomach. You can live without it. You know what I mean? So it's like a virus in your stomach. It's trying to get out. You know what I mean? It's growing and it's trying to come out. So whenever they ready, they just ready.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing that, you could do to make a baby come so early. But she came early, around 23, 24 weeks. So she was 1 pound. And I feel like that completely broke me.
Yeah.
Because I was already, planning for certain things. I just had bought a home. I was trying to do things the right way to provide, and when that happened, I couldn't do anything. I lost sight of pretty much everything. I didn't do music. I didn't act. I didn't do TV shows. I didn't do anything. I wasn't even answering calls for real. I was just in the hospital every day. And in that moment, it put me in the place of, right now, you have to literally let go and let God. Because everything in my life, I've always tried to control it so I can make sure the outcome is what I want it to be. But in this moment, I had zero control. I couldn't do anything but just watch her suffer and just watch her go through this. And that's when I just, I started praying every day. I feel like that's when I really got closer to God. This year, I tell a lot of people, I thought I had faith, but I feel like the faith was fake until this happened. It made it really it amplified it for me. It just made it so much bigger and got me so much closer. And in that moment, I was like, I did not know this girl was gonna do this to me. I did not know she was gonna have me this week and this, just wanting to just put you first and forget about everything immediately.
Yeah.
It's a feeling that no one can really describe. A lot of people always say, oh, when you have your daughter, when you have a kid, it's gonna change. And you be like, I'm still gonna maybe do this and want to do it. It's like, you don't even want to do it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
You know what I mean? You don't even want to do it. It's like they automatically come first in your life. And that's it's a blessing. It's truly a blessing.
All your priorities change, and I feel like we
literally
become more proactive rather than reactive. We learn to think about our moves before we make them, because now we have this other life to look after.
Yeah.
And with her being born early, there was a lot of uncertainty for you.
Yeah.
A lot, but now she's doing beautiful. She's doing amazing.
Yeah, she's doing amazing. She finally came home in close to June. We was in there since January.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so we was in there a long time.
I know you guys were anxious to get your baby girl home.
Yeah, finally. Yep, so she's just doing amazing. Anything, just like the doctors always said, every day is a win. You know, every day is truly a win, because no day is guaranteed. No day is guaranteed. So gotta really respect your peace, respect your time, find your faith, and live the way you want to live, because this life we live in is it's not guaranteed at all.
Absolutely, we don't know. I feel like the only guarantee in life is that we will all check out at some point.
Exactly, that's it.
That's just a guarantee. Hopefully later than sooner, right?
Yeah.
But again, like you said, there's a lot of uncertainty. So I'm quite sure your outlook on life is completely different now.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
So your most recent EP is named after Sage.
Yeah, literally. It's named Sage, yeah.
Was that something that you intended on doing all along, or did it just kind of come to you? Okay.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't. When I didn't know she was gonna come so early.
Yeah.
So my plans were not that. I wasn't even thinking about an EP, to be honest, when she first when UB first got pregnant. UB, that's my woman.
Yeah.
When she first got pregnant, I didn't even think about an EP. I was trying to build my foundation so when she comes home, we're prepared. You know what I mean? That was the season that I was in. But when she came, I was like, okay, I'm full dad mode, provider mode. I'm not thinking about nothing else. But UB, she literally flew K Major. She contacted K and told him, listen, Mechie is not thinking about music. Like, he's literally like, forgot about it. But I know it's what he need. You know what I mean? Like, is it a way I can fly you out here? And you guys can, I can get a studio or whatever. She did that. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it. I didn't even think about music in that moment. I was months and months and months away and didn't even record a song. I wasn't even thinking about it. My focus just wasn't there. It was just family.
Yeah.
But when she did that and he came, I literally cried when I seen him come out when he came out of the airport. Because I'm like, what?
You had no idea.
I had no idea, but that's why I be telling everybody, man, you need a strong woman, because sometimes they know what you need when you don't even know you need it. You know what I mean? So, and that was one of the moments where it's like, I really needed that.
Yes.
Like it was, I was so happy. We went and bought a whole studio, set up the studio in one of my stream rooms, and we recorded my whole EP in the room. So that was crazy, and all of my emotions was just like, this is because of my family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is because of my family. I wouldn't be doing this music right now if it wasn't because of my family. So I was like, it's only right. I didn't even have a second thought. I'm like, it's only right if I name it by, my motivation.
Absolutely.
So it was an easy name for me to do.
Your lady knew in that moment what you needed most.
Yeah.
Music is therapy. It's an outlet. It's emotional. And it's like we have to have something to pour into. Otherwise, we bottle up inside, and that's when anxiety comes into place. Depression, stress.
Yep.
We don't need all that, especially when you got a new baby.
Yeah.
Shout out to K Major too, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to K Major, man. He produced the whole. We did the whole project together.
That's your brother right there.
Every last thing, we picked out the melodies together. We picked out the words together. We picked out the beats together, the concepts, everything. We literally did it, and we did it on live. We did it on my TikTok live. I got a big TikTok community. We did it on live, so they was helping us pick sounds. They was helping us, when we coming up with concepts, about what's going on in my life and everything. They were just all for supportive. So it was a fun process. Did it a little different than a lot of other people, because sometimes people don't be want every song on a project, but we made sure everybody was a part of everything that we did.
Your community wants that. They want to feel like they're a part of the process, not just a fan.
Yeah.
Right? And you literally had them involved through the entire process.
The entire process.
That is hard, man. I don't know if I know anybody. Y'all don't be taking his idea, and give him credit if you do.
But, I mean, that's why I do it though.
Yeah.
That's why I do it though, because it's like we need more of that. A lot of artists that's out right now, you don't even know them.
That is correct.
Some of them their music and don't even know how they look.
So
it's like
facts.
It's no more of but before social media, you had to watch TV. You had to watch TV, listen to the radio to actually know when they coming to town or know they video. You had to actually dive into who they are. You had to watch 106 in Park. You had to watch MTV Cribs and all of that, seeing how they live. We wanted that. We looked forward to that. You know what I mean? Now, don't nobody know nothing. You come out with a song. We seen how the song blew up, and okay, hey, what's up? But you don't really know nobody. You don't really know anybody or what they've been through in life or what they do in their day to day. They process of how they work. You don't know anything. You just know they songs that's out.
That is facts, especially with TikTok, because TikTok makes a lot of songs go viral, or maybe it's the hook or a certain verse from the song goes viral, but nobody knows who that artist is. I love that you stay engaged with your people, your community.
Because I'm trying to be like one of the greats. Like the people that's still out right now and that's doing stadium tours and stuff, it was the people that put in the work kind of like before the social media era.
I couldn't agree more.
You know what I mean? That's because people grew up with them. You know what I mean? They sing their stories. Like, just think of like Chris, right? Just think of Chris. Like, we seen him go through pretty much every emotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for some people that made mistakes in their life, they gonna support him because they know he made a mistake and now he's still trying to push through. So you get so many different avenues of fans and different people by relating to them. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like my that's what I'm about. For a long time I wasn't that vulnerable, and I did music that's just that I thought was cool, sexy for the ladies and stuff. But I feel like this the season now of like just being true to who I am, and actually like the music that I put out is my real life. So
I feel like when you're more vulnerable through your music, that's where you gain your most organic fan base, because people can relate to it. And that human element kicks in. Like, he's a human being, like you said, Chris Brown. He made a mistake. We're human. We all make mistakes. We learn from it and we push on. And you can pour all of that emotion into your music.
100%.
So going back to 2022, your debut, I think it was 2022, your debut EP, Crazy
Dope
Love came out.
Yeah.
How did you approach Sage differently? I know you were online and stuff with it, but the creative process, was it different than your debut EP?
100%. Because Crazy Dope Love was that was about me and all my personalities, because I'm a Gemini, so
I know about them Geminis.
You know what I mean? I'm crazy sometimes. That's why my name Mechie So Crazy. But I'm also dope and I'm also loving. So for that EP, I wanted to show different sides of my character. You know what I mean? Different sides of my character. And K produced that one as well. I did that one with K too. But I just attacked that one like just wanting to show my personality. Just wanted to show my personality. Not really like my life, who I am as a person and things like that, but just like, no, I can be crazy, so I'm gonna give you this crazy song. It's club record. I can be loving, so let me give you a sexy song for the ladies. You know what I mean? But it wasn't really like, things that I have been through, my real life and what's current in my life. It was just dope music put together, you know what I mean? So still a really dope project, but it doesn't have the same meaningful meaning as this one.
I feel like that's a great debut EP though, because
it's super dope though. It's super dope.
Yeah, because it really allowed people to know who you are truly. Then on the next project, the one you released recently, Sage gave them the more vulnerable side. So it's like now they feel like they know multiple sides of you.
Yeah, and that's always the goal too. Just to everything you do, you need to unlock a layer.
Yes.
A layer.
100%. So you've appeared on X on the Beach.
Yeah.
The Challenge. How did reality TV impact your career and your fan base?
Well, it impacted my fan base. Pretty dope.
Yeah.
Because it widened the range of the people that support me.
Yes.
Like all races, you know what I mean? Like all races watch TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just one. So I would go around and I'm having like 50-year-olds like, I watch you. You know what I mean? Because they be at home just watching TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just widened the range, the age range, like everything. I'll be at the bar and it'll be an older person and I'm like, yo, I'm still in my 20s. Like, you watching me? Like,
that's
you know what I mean?
dope though.
So yeah, it'll be So it worked. God worked in mysterious ways, And when you look at any superstar, man, they you look in the audience, it's all races.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I just look at everything that I do as a learning experience and a stepping stone on my journey. I just take everything with love. I just take everything in with love. Like, you know what, this is for this. This is, I know I talked to God about getting me there, and this is the journey on that process. So I know it's gonna help towards that, and it helped me fund stuff, that too, So reality television was super dope, and I like to act. So, you know,
Is that something you still want to pursue? Is reality
for
TV?
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But I do a lot of my own stuff now too.
Okay.
I did my own. It's called So Crazy and So Crazy in Love, and I put 20 girls in a house, all different races, and and I chose my favorite one at the end. So I filmed that show. A couple years ago, but that was my own. So I came off of the MTV shows, and I'm like, okay, I know how this works now.
Yes.
I did about 3 of them. I know how this works, and I know, what I can do cost efficient to make it work.
Correct.
So I did my own, and when I did my own, it went viral. Like it went viral. Like so many. I got millions of views on YouTube. I put it on YouTube and Patreon and different sites, and they almost quadrupled my money on it, in the first month. So it was super, super dope. But that's just another layer to me, just like directing, acting. Like I do everything, even all my music videos. Like I come up with the concepts. Yeah. I'm not afraid to ask my friends. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is what you think about this, or what you think about this, what you think about this. Like I get opinions from everywhere while I'm doing it to see, and it's not even for me to do what you give me your opinion on, but it's to see if I'm in the area I want to be.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
So I'll get an opinion from you like, I didn't think about it that way, but that's still close to what I was saying.
Yeah.
So I'm in the area. You know what I mean? I like to get different opinions to see what because everybody going to say something different.
That is facts.
Nobody ever says the same thing about what you ask them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And sometimes it can confuse a person, but me, I look and see what area is everybody in. Everybody is still saying the same thing. So let me do it my way. You know what I mean? That's how I do it. And I do all my videos, man. I got my own team that do everything, and I direct them. I pick the girls for it. I do everything.
Because it's gonna come out the way you want it to when you're doing it yourself. I feel like also just if you're an audio engineer and or you're an artist and an engineer and you engineer your own music, who better to get your sound the way you want it than you? You might have a K major in your corner or somebody that really understands your sound, but it's kind of rare that you find somebody who truly knows your sound and your vision. Would you say with you creating your own reality TV show that it came out a little bit more organic per se than the ones that you appeared on?
Definitely, because I don't know how to fake a lot of stuff. On shows, I wouldn't say the one, but on certain shows, they'll be like, hey, I want you to go say this, or
So it's somewhat scripted.
Hey, go do this. It not necessarily scripted, but like they'll see an issue and they'll tell you to go talk about it.
Got you.
So they will push you to get certain things and to do certain things, and versus on mine's, you take what you get.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get. It ain't no clips. You know what I mean? You're gonna get the raw,
uncut.
On MTV they gonna clip it, cut it to make it. They can make it seem like you said this about a whole different story.
Oh wow.
I don't do that. You gonna get this full thing right here and know exactly how they feel. So it was more real.
Yeah.
It was more like right in your face. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people was like, yo, you need to do another one. I'm like, man, I'm a family man now.
Listen, I know that's difficult.
So now it's different. Now I'm working on a show for my family in the process of the process that I went through and trying to juggle everything: music, having a premature baby, women going through postpartum, me going through postpartum.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know men go through it too.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's not that talked about. It's not that amplified. It's not that glorified. But men go through it too. So it's like just everything. From transitioning from TV shows to everything. And now everybody's seeing me like, yo, when I see you on TV, you mess with all the girls. How the heck you settle down now? What's going on? Like a lot of people don't really know, the full story. And I'm in, like I said, that vulnerable state of just letting everybody into to me. You know what I mean?
When you find a real one, hang on to them because there's nothing out there. There's nothing out there.
Yeah.
Most people have motives. They want you to do this, and if you don't have a certain amount of money in your bank account, and it could come from both sides. I'm not throwing shade at the ladies because some men, they only want the sex from the women. So it's like when you find someone that matches your energy.
Yeah.
and that truly loves you for who you are, just like your lady, she brought K Major in. She knew you needed that. When you find someone like that and they find you, man, you lock in with them. And you guys got a child together too. You know, that's beautiful.
Yep, yeah. After 11 years, yeah. Me and her been back and forth for 11 years. She was my first girlfriend.
Oh, you spun the block. I know that's right.
Definitely. We done both spent the block on each other.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't, you know, went through it. When you separate, think the grass greener somewhere else when it ain't.
It never is.
Yeah.
It never is.
You gotta figure out who you want to go through everything with.
Exactly. That's really what it boils down to, is like, who do I want to live life with? You know, like, because in reality, most of us don't want to grow old and, you know, be alone. We just don't. You know, like, you want that life partner. So you just gotta. I seen someone say, it was an older guy, and he said the single most important decision that you'll make in your entire life is choosing your spouse, your partner. And I agree with that, because you have to literally endure everything with that person. Yep. You got to put up with them day in and day out. So you got to choose wisely.
Yeah, no, you got to choose wisely. Like I tell everybody, you got to literally wake up and choose to love that person every day.
Every single day. And there might be times where you got to take a little bit of a break. Like, I need a day to myself. Yeah. Or I might need to sleep downstairs for tonight to, you know, because there's nothing wrong with that. That's a part of a healthy relationship, you know?
Yeah. A lot of people run away from relationships because somebody changed in a relationship. And what people I don't seem to understand, you know, no one's going to stay the same.
Ever.
Like, no one's going to stay the same. Like, you know, the person that you meet when you're 18 is not going to be the same when you're 30. You know what I mean? In your journey, being with somebody forever, they're going to change. Like, they're going to change because things like life happen. Yes. You know, like, okay, we have a premature kid now. Postpartum hit. You know, she's going to be different. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, so I got to choose to love this woman in a broken state. I gotta choose to love her in a happy state. I gotta choose to love her in a frustrated state. Every last day, like every time you wake up, she may be in a different mood. You may be different, but you gotta choose to love that person every day. And I feel like a lot of people see somebody change and they like, I don't like this one. Yeah. You know what I mean? They like, I don't like this one. It's like, I mean, that's gonna be any relationship you go to. You're not gonna like everything.
You can never get away from that, and the physical is gonna change too.
Yeah, everything's gonna change.
As we grow older, some people might gain a little weight, or their hair might start thinning. We gotta love them through thick and thin. Excuse me. Yeah. You know, like that. Whoever we choose, just know, like you said, nothing. Yep. The mental, the physical, all of that's gonna change.
100%. Everything's gonna change. You know, everything's gonna change. You gotta just love that person every day.
Listen, and also too, like I when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Believe them.
Stop trying to change that person. Like, the best way to get to know someone is let them be who they are. You know, and you either vibe with or you don't. That's when you make that decision. Is this the person I want to spend the rest of my life with? Yep. Rather than trying to bring something out in them that never even really existed. Yeah. It's crazy.
That's what people fall in love with, the what if.
The what if, exactly.
Only, hey, if you do this with your hair, I would love it. But they don't like that. That's not what they want to do. You know what I mean? That's what you see for them. You know, it's like, nah, you falling in love with the potential of somebody, and that's not where they at in life right now.
Ooh, that's such a valid point. You fall in love with the potential.
Yeah, they got the potential to be all of this. It's like, okay, everybody in the world got potential. You know what I mean? If they do this, they will be this. But who are they now?
You got to love them and meet them where they are.
Yeah, you have to. That's with anybody.
Hands down. Exactly. Even friendships, business relationships, meet them where they are, and, you know, let them be who they are, so you can know this is the person that I need to be around or be in business with or not.
You're right.
So you've done interviews like on platforms like DJ Small's Eyes, No Jumper. Is there a question that you wish more interviewers would ask you?
To be honest, not that I can think of. Yeah. Not that I can think of. I feel like I pretty much be a open book, so people ask me pretty much anything. You know, I don't really take offense to a lot of things, and I know how to. I'm very well media trained. You know, I did that in my artist development, so it's not too many things somebody can ask to kind of like throw me off. I'll just like look over it. You know what I mean?
Understood.
So I can't think of anything right off the top of my head that I wish somebody would ask. No, I can't think.
Definitely. So you've been featured on Soul Train.
Yeah.
Okay, of course, MTV, we talked about that a little bit. How important is media exposure in your journey as an entertainer?
Super huge because I mean you got to be seen.
Yes.
You have to be seen. It doesn't like we said earlier. I mean some people, you know, their music and you don't even know how they look.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that affects your booking. You know, that affects people booking you.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Because they don't know what type of person you are. Should you come to this place or should you do this or how do you look? You know what I mean? Like it can stop you from, it can prevent you from a lot of things. Or even, you know, music is the door. It opens doors for everything. TV, so many things. You know, people don't know how you look. How they gonna know if you fit?
Right, because we live in a world where perception is everything.
Yeah.
People will absolutely judge you based upon your appearance, although they shouldn't necessarily, but there's a time and a place for everything. You don't want to pull up to some really high-end event looking like a bum. You know, we should know better than that. So people want to, like you said, they want to see you to know, hey, is this somebody that I want to have involved with whatever it is that I got going on? So absolutely, I definitely love that. So you've partnered with major brands. Okay, let's pop your ish for a second. Calvin Klein, Shein, Fashion Nova. How do you decide which brands like align with your personal and artistic vision?
A lot of the brands, like I would partner because I got my own entity of things that I do. You know, I got my own So Crazy brand, my own So Crazy Entertainment. I got hat lines. I got swimwear lines, boxer lines. I got so many things that I do on my own. So a lot of it be collaborations and partnership versus me like actually being sponsored by them, because you know when someone sponsors you, they want you only doing that.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Especially if it's clothes, you can't do any other clothes. You know, I probably can go over here and do shoes. I mean, not shoes, but I can go do glasses or something. You know what I mean? But I can't do that. But in me, I don't like for no one to box me down, hold me down to anything, because respectfully, I didn't make it. You know what I mean? So I'm real big on, you know, being my own ownership of things, you know what I mean? So, but it's super dope. It's super dope to be blessed for, you know, people recognizing me and wanting me to fit their brand or wear their brand or feature me on their brand, because, you know, I come from a place of, you know, people not doing that. You know what I mean? Everybody can't get these things. Everybody can't, you know, shoot for Calvin Klein.
That is facts.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody can't do that, you know. So to be featured on it is super dope. Super dope.
You've got that image though. Like, I just looking at you, if someone don't know you, you look like somebody of importance. Like, I need to know. I need to know. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, people keep saying I look like Chris Brown, man.
You do. Like, you do. I wasn't gonna say
I don't know what
that.
camera I'm looking at.
Look at this one right here. Chris Breezy. I mean, that's a major compliment because he's a handsome dude and super, super, super talented.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But you're absolutely your own person. I feel like you have the image. Like, someone will look at you and say, that guy's important. I need to know who he is.
Yeah, that's dope. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what everybody, I mean, you know, you got to have that. You know, you can't walk in a room and not stand out.
Absolutely. You want to walk in a room and command attention without even trying.
Yeah.
You know, without having to do anything obnoxious. You know, you walk in and your presence exudes, and you have great energy too.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
That will carry you really, really, really far, because I say it all the time. Nobody wants to work with an a-hole, even like I said earlier.
Facts,
Even if
I can be. Trust me, I'm a Gemini.
You a Gemini, I know.
I can be. When it comes to like stuff that I've one thing I don't play with is, you know, I don't let it affect my day if it don't affect my pay. But when I'm working and something is affecting like my pay, then you're gonna get the side of me, because no one else is paying for this but me. You know what I mean? So respectfully, you're gonna either get it right or you're fired.
That's a great piece of advice, because I feel like some people just take certain things too personal. And like you said, if it's not affecting your payola, your money in your bank account and what's in your pockets, then let it go.
It's never that deep to me.
It's never that deep, you know. But people be getting triggered by the small stuff.
Yeah, nah, I don't get you. I don't let stuff trigger me. I'm too happy, man. I'm too happy in life right now.
So you've got over 1.2 million followers across your platforms. Major platforms. You know, we talked about how you on TikTok, you were live, you know, with the creation process. How else do you stay connected with the people that support you but still like stay true to yourself?
Just for one, just being active on all these platforms. You know what I mean? A lot of people, sometimes you have platforms and you forget about it, or you're not on it as much. You know, I make sure I'm posting on YouTube. I make sure I'm on Twitter. I make sure I'm on TikTok Live. I make sure I'm on Instagram posting at least stories every day. You know what I mean? Just so people can know you're still alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
They'll
you're
get
still
worried.
alive doing, So I think it's a big thing. You have to have your social situated. You know, you gotta, if anything that you have is a gift. You
Yes.
know, if you have a lot of followers, it is a gift. You know what I mean? It is a gift. It's not mandatory. People don't have to follow you. So if they do, they following you for a reason. You know, whether it's being nosy, it doesn't matter, because respectfully, a click turn into dollars. You know what I mean? So that's why I always say, you know, I don't care if you watched it and you hated it. You know what I mean? I don't care if you looking at me and you hate it. You know, my views are going up.
I know that's right.
You know what I mean? My views are going up, so, you know, got to take advantage of these platforms.
Absolutely, especially when people be, you know, dropping silly, dumb comments. Hey, you're just helping my algorithm.
Yeah, I don't. That's one thing about me. I've had followers for over 10 years. You know what I mean? So I don't. It ain't nothing you can say I ain't heard already.
Listen, I know that's right.
There ain't nothing you can say that I ain't heard already that irritated me years ago, that now and I'm just like, okay.
You let it roll right off.
Like, cool.
We can't please everybody, nor should we try to.
And they don't know you.
And they don't know you. To me, the people who have the most to say have the least amount of emotion.
It don't even be a real page.
And it's
be a
usually
troller
that.
page.
It's be a troller
I
page.
can't even argue back with you. I don't even know you.
It's corny.
I don't even. I'll let you get it off. Let you say what you want to say.
Facts. We
Doesn't
ain't
matter.
putting our good energy into that.
Nah.
So you've done music, acting, dancing, fashion, a little bit of everything. What's
Yeah.
next for Mechie So Crazy?
More of that.
Yeah.
Just more of everything, and getting more intentional. Getting more intentional now that I got a family to provide for. Just being more intentional instead of just, you know, trying everything.
Yeah.
Now just being way more intentional, like, you know, no, this fits right now. I'm gonna do this now. You know, so that more music. So many my email is blowing up, like so much stuff going on in my email right now about shows, and like it's insane. I can't even keep up with it. I can't even.
You don't
keep
have
up
someone
with
to
it.
help you with that?
Yeah, I do, but I gotta ultimately look and choose what I want to
Understood.
do. You know, so
Completely understand. You got to
it's
be
so
hands-on.
much. It's so much. Like I'll show you one right now that you'll probably see. Like, look at that one right there.
Wow. Okay.
Like right now, like
Yeah.
wanting me to be like, it's so many things that I have, like that I have to figure out to do, but I gotta be more intentional about what I do, because now I'm representing, you know,
Yes.
not just myself. So I want everything to be intentional. And a lot of people will say, like, you know, well, you know, you got to get the money, you got to put, but at the same time, I'm in my season of being the right role model for people.
Correct.
And not just choosing money over, you know, my morals and things like that. So this is the time where, you know, I'm not just going to do that because it's going to be cool and bring some money in. I'm going to do this because this speaks for me and my life and my family. So that's where I'm at now.
I respect that so much.
Yeah.
Man, because there are people out here who will do stuff just because it's a quick buck in their pocket, but it doesn't align with their vision at all. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't align with where you're at now and where you're trying to go, then stay away from it, because another opportunity will come right behind it that does align.
For sure.
You know, so stop selling your soul for a quick buck. It's not worth it, because I feel like people start to not take you seriously then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no way, you know, I can't be posting and talking about my family and then go do a dating show. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Absolutely. Because then people are going to be like, yeah, this guy, he all over the place.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
So tell us about the new single called Clock That.
Oh yeah. Clock that, man. That was just I did that on live. I did it on live. I just wanted to create something to make women feel good.
Yeah.
You know, women that goes through postpartum, or women that goes through looking in the mirror and thinking that they don't look good because of the outfit or certain things. I just wanted to shine light on, you know, all women. You know, so, you know, that's why in the song, you know, it got every sign. You know, it got every sign in it, every shape. You know what I mean? Because it's, you know, if you feel like you her, then clock that. That's you.
I know that's right.
You know what I mean? As long as it's up to you.
And women need more confidence type songs coming from men, because there's a lot of men out here who do tear women down, and they call them the B word, and they body shame them. And oftentimes women can't help certain things because of hormonal changes coming from pregnancy or changes in life. And, you know, they be trying, but it's like, it's difficult sometimes. So it's like, we have to be comfortable with the skin that we're in. And a lot of that comes from someone like you who creates music to make women feel good about the state that they're in right now.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't be knowing, like, the people that people may say, oh, you know, they overweight, or they this or that. Those be the happiest people, man.
That is facts.
They be so happy and confident in their skin, man, and it amazes me, and that's what I like to shine light on. You know, I just like to shine light on the things that, you know, some people may not, you know, and like you said, like, you know, coming from me, people may think I like a certain type or a certain thing, and, you know, I promoted that before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was a cool thing to do, you know, but, you know, over time you just realize, like, everybody deserves happiness. You know what I mean? Everybody deserves the equality. Everybody deserves to feel like the way that I feel, or the way that you feel, if you are a girl with, you know, a BBL or whatever. You know, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? But I want to just make sure people know, like, even if you don't do all those things, you still fine.
You still beautiful,
you know
in the skin
like,
you're in.
Like, you still fine, and it's somebody for you. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. I walk down the street sometimes, and I don't even be knowing how that couple happened, and I be like, maybe they happy though.
Right.
But I be like, what? I don't know, how did that just work? You know, but you just never know, man. So it's like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I do truly believe that.
Agreed.
And I just like to shine light on, you know, everybody, man. I got so many fans that's, you know, I got fans with disabilities. I have, you know, all type of fans that I want everybody to feel good.
Yes.
I want everybody to feel good. I don't want you to just feel like, oh, you know, he's saying this, you know, I can't really relate to that. You know, well, I got you.
You have a little bit of something for everybody through your music. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes you a well-rounded artist. That's what makes you a superstar.
Yeah.
Like you went back, you had said earlier about having a diverse audience. Mm-hmm. Think about the greats. We'll use MJ as an example. Mm-hmm. He probably had one of the most diverse audiences, like young, old,
you know,
every nationality.
Had the most, definitely.
It still does.
The most diverse. Even now, kids listen to his music.
Correct.
Trying to do his dances. Like, what? Michael's a generational talent,
man.
Here or not here. When he's been a generational talent. He's going to forever be like, that's
unexplainable.
Yeah.
Really. What legacy do you want to leave through your music?
I would love to leave that legacy.
Yeah.
I would love to leave that legacy, you know. But me understanding it's different times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different times. You got social media. You got so many people that's influenced by so many different things now that you see. See, back then you didn't really see a lot of stuff. You just heard about it on the radio. You had to watch the news. Now you can see things, so people judge more. I feel like people get judged way more now because they can see it. So you got to be very, you know, conscious of things that you do now. Back then you could have just came out with something. They don't even know how you did it. Now people see how you do it. So if they don't like your process and what you was doing, they ain't gonna support it.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? So now you just got to be real strategic. But that's why I feel like me doing, you know, going against the grain and just, you know, leading with love and positivity and vulnerability, I feel like it's going to be that my legacy is going to be super, super dope because it's going to influence a lot of people. So I'm pretty excited about this journey.
I could tell you absolutely love what you do. Like, it's radiating from you.
Yeah.
And that was going to inspire so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Any young artist out here who doesn't know where to start and they're kind of like on the fence, should I do this? What advice would you offer them?
I would say do it. And this is what I always tell people. Don't go into things like just automatically wanting something out of it. Don't go into things thinking you want something out of it, because when you think that you getting something out of it, you really ain't getting something out of it. And when you don't think you're getting something out of it, you're getting a lot from it. And I say that because I've been in situations where I've been in a group. I started in a group. I was in a group for years. I didn't make any money. Like, we was in there for 4 or 5 years. We didn't make a dime. We was touring, doing so much stuff around the world. It was phenomenal, but I didn't make any money. but I was so happy doing it because it was my dream and what I loved doing. And when I look back, it helped me with vocals, it helped me with my dancing, it helped me with stage presence, it helped me with so many things. So it's like, if you're doing something expecting money and the wrong things out of it, you really will miss the whole blessing God is trying to tell you. Like, listen, you just got everything out of it that you needed from this. This one wasn't for money. This one was for you to get the process and to learn. You know what I mean? So when you go into places or you go into rooms, don't go into a room like, I have to meet this person. I got to do this. You don't know. It may be the person that you ain't even thinking about that you can learn the most from. You know what I mean? So just when you go into things, or when you think you want to try things, just go into it and just have an open mind and try to be free doing it. Because, man, the people that you think can help you will tear you down. The people you think can help you will be the ones that tear you down,
That was probably the best piece of advice you could ever offer.
Yeah.
And I'm so serious because when I first got into this, my OG and my business partner, he told me something very similar. He said, if you get into this business for the money, you'll be disappointed because the money's not always there. But if you get into it for the love, the money will come. And I held on to that because there was a lot of, like you said, free work, no money in the beginning, but it built my foundation, taught me a lot.
Yeah.
Taught me how to hustle without having to make money. So that was the best piece of advice you could ever offer. I love it.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it.
Anybody that wants to follow you on your socials, where can they keep up with you?
All of my social media is, Mechie So Crazy, MECHIESOCRAZY. If you just go to my Instagram, it's a link me right there that link you to everything. My music, shows, upcoming stuff, my website, like everything.
Definitely. Who do you want to give thanks to that's really been loving you and supporting you throughout your journey?
First and foremost, man, just my supporters. My supporters, man. They've watched me go from a solo artist, rapping before even singing, to in a group, to leaving a group, being TV shows, from TV shows to dating public figures, to falling on my face, from going broke, losing everything, to refining my peace, from me doing my own shows, to me being a father. Like, I just want to thank y'all because that is a lot. It's a roller coaster. That's kind of all over the place, if you ask me. You know what I mean? And y'all still here, man. Y'all still here, just showing me so much love, man. And then my family, my woman, UB, my daughter, and my mom and everybody, man. Just my support system. My support system.
And shout out to you too, man. You're super dope.
I
Love
appreciate
the
it.
energy.
Thank you. Likewise. I appreciate it.
Of course. I got one last question for you before we get out of here. Where are we at?
Industries.
Industry's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Wanted.
What makes you, Mechie So Crazy, Industry's Most Wanted?
On what the industry wants but doesn't know that they need. You need me. You may not know you need me, but there's not too many other artists that do what I do. And the only artists that do what I do right now is artists that been in the game for 10 to 20 plus years, and they still at the top doing it. You know what I mean? Just because right now everybody is getting this social media fame and getting these little songs blowing up, don't get it misconstrued. We still got the artists out here that's legendary, and just waiting for that time. So, that's me.
I know that's right. Mechie So Crazy in the building. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Of
I
course.
appreciate
Give us
y'all,
some
man.
love.
The industry most wanted, man. Come
Yeah,
on
you dig?
now. Come on now.
We out of here, y'all.
Buy one, get one free.